Parker Schnabel, a gold mining expert, was on a tour of the massive CHMC claim in southern Bolivia. The claim was over 400 acres of untapped land that could hold a fortune or nothing at all. The real challenge was figuring out whether the gold even existed in significant amounts. Testing the ground wasn't cheap, and every dollar spent on digging felt like a gamble. The risks Parker faced were far greater than he ever expected, and what he uncovered was not the only thing to shock. The team's previous experience with new lodes had not always been smooth, and they had washed dirt before only to find little to no gold. As the day began, tension grew as Parker decided to run a critical test on Kano's wash plant instead of trusting others' numbers. He opted to measure the recovery rate firsthand, which was not just about efficiency, but also about making sure that gold wasn't slipping away unnoticed. The team faced physical and logistical challenges, such as collecting tailings from the SLO box manually, a grueling task that no prospector would envy. The chaotic setup made it feel more like a war zone than a mining operation. Parker's determination and grit made him stand out, as he wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty when it mattered most. The harshest lesson from this trip was how unforgiving mining could be in a place like this, where the screen decks are rough, conditions are unpredictable, and stakes are higher than ever. Every mistake had a cost, whether in time, money, or morale. Parker's commitment didn't waver, knowing that success didn't come easy, especially in an environment as challenging as southern Bolivia. Parker's tough childhood shaped his strong will and dream to succeed in goldfields. His dedication to the project and his willingness to get his hands dirty when it mattered made him stand out in the competitive gold mining industry. Parker Schnabel, born on July 22, 1994, in the quiet town of Hanson, Alaska, began his life in the gold mining industry. His family was already involved in the business, and he was exposed to the ropes of the industry from a young age. His grandfather, John Schnabel, was the man behind the Big Nugget Mine, a name that carried significant weight in Alaska's gold mining circles. Schnabel's life was not ordinary, as he was already working at the mine by the time he was 5. He was turning heads with his skills and leadership abilities, which many adults would envy. While balancing schoolwork with days spent at the mine taught him grit and that mining wasn't just a family business for him. When his grandfather stepped down, he took over the Big Nugget Mine, proving he wasn't just a kid playing boss. He took on a big responsibility, leading a team of seasoned miners, and he didn't falter. He rolled up his sleeves and got to work, showing everyone he wasn't just riding on family legacy, but building his own under his watch. Schnabel's hands-on approach and knack for decision-making turned heads, and his leadership brought him to gold. Mining wasn't just about digging and hoping for the best. It was strategic and always looking for smarter ways to get results. His work caught the attention of television producers, who documented his adventures on Enter Gold Rush, turning him into a household name. Schnabel's youthful determination and non-nonsense attitude made him stand out from the crowd, as viewers saw a glimpse of him taking risks and investing in his ventures. Parker Schnabel, a gold mining pioneer, was driven by his work ethic and dedication to the industry. He knew that the grind mining was not glamorous and was grueling, dirty, and unforgiving. His intense drive left little room for personal life relationships, as he was in the dirt chasing gold. Parker's innovative approach kept him ahead in the competitive world of gold mining, and while Gold Rush brought him fame, it also showcased his determination and resilience. Dangers lurk in the gold fields, and miners often end up in nerve-wracking situations. Rick Ness and his crew had a collision with another truck, causing an injury to a team member. Mitch, another miner, had to haul equipment up a steep hill using a tractor, but the slippery slope was unforgiving. He made it in one piece, showing how close success and disaster can be out there. Parker also had his fair share of accidents, such as a boat trip where control was lost and they ended up crashing. Tony Beets, another gold miner, was no stranger to pushing boundaries, even pushing boundaries to push boundaries. One time, he thought it would be a good idea to pour gasoline into a drill pond and set it on fire, but this turned into a cautionary tale about what happens when safety rules and environmental laws are ignored. Equipment failures are a common issue in every miner's existence, and one miner who invested a fortune into a bulldozer learned this the hard way during a critical mining phase. The machine started smoking, not just a mechanical glitch, but a financial nightmare, reminding that even the best machines can betray you at the worst times. The Dakota Boys, a group of mining crews, face numerous challenges in their pursuit of gold. Their method involves diving into icy deep waters to extract gold from the riverbed, which is both daring and a game of survival with risks such as hypothermia, drowning, and faulty diving gear. This shows that the hunt for gold sometimes means putting one's life on the line. One season, the boys faced a forest fire that threatened their equipment and everything they had worked for, highlighting the importance of maintaining safety in mining operations. High stakes and constant pressure arguments are inevitable, whether it's disputes over mining rights or someone snapping over a bad call. Mechanical breakdowns continue to be a recurring nightmare, as seen when Rick Ness watched his wash plant fall apart, putting his crew's safety at risk. The call to explore uncharted territories brings new risks, including unstable terrain and unpredictable surprises. The thrill of richer gold deposits keeps them pushing forward, even in the face of dangers. The hit show Gold Rush has had its share of jaw-dropping moments following various mining crews, with some teams striking it rich, while others barely make it out with their shirts. The first season of Gold Rush was all about ambition, with Todd Hoffman and his crew entering mining with almost zero experience. After weeks of grueling effort, they managed to pull out about 15 ounces of gold. But this set the stage for the drama that followed. In Season 2, the Hoffman crew faced reality after losing their lease at Porcupine Creek due to a mispayment and had to pack up and move to the Klondike area. Dakota Fred Hurt took over Porcupine Creek and started making moves, while Parker Schnabel began showing potential at the Big Nugget mine. The show highlights the challenges and risks involved in the pursuit of gold, making it an essential part of any mining crew's journey. In the third season of the show, the Hoffman crew stepped up their game after a series of trials and errors, raking in over 800 ounces of gold. Parker Schnabel began to prove himself as a leader in the mining game, pulling out nearly 200 ounces. The stakes were rising, and the pressure to perform was turning every season into a showdown. In Season 4, Parker took on the leadership role with confidence, leading his team to uncover over 1,000 ounces of gold. This was more than just a win. It was a statement that the show had turned into a full-blown competition. Parker's team managed to pull in over 3,300 ounces of gold, leaving competitors in the dust. Tony Beets made his presence felt with a haul of over 700 ounces. Season 7 was nothing short of epic, with Parker's team hitting over 4,300 ounces of gold, solidifying his dominance. Tony Beets brought in over 2,000 ounces, proving he wasn't going anywhere. Season 8 saw Parker raise the bar yet again, hauling in over 6,200 ounces, one of the largest finds in the show's history. Rick Ness stepped up as a leader, bringing in over 500 ounces. Season 10 saw Parker keep his streak alive with over 7,200 ounces of gold. Tony Beets and his crew stayed in the game with over 2,000 ounces. Rick Ness made solid progress with over 1,000 ounces, and the stakes were higher than ever. By Season 12, each crew was pushing the limits of what they could achieve. In Season 13, Parker brought in over 8,100 ounces. Tony Beets hit over 5,000 ounces, and Rick Ness continued to make strides with over 1,100 ounces. The show became more than just a series about mining. It was a showcase of resilience, strategy, and the sheer will to succeed. The decision to get his hands dirty was seen as a sign of desperation or the bold move of a true gold mining legend. The show's conclusion left viewers wondering whether this was the start of his greatest triumph or his biggest failure.